Making my start with a hard blow. I let this pain on my heart go. I let this pain on my heart go. Making my start with a hard blow. Getting high to balance lows. Making mistakes, call me hard pole. The early starts when my scars go. Stop and go, man, life's woes. Don't fall, you never know. It takes time for you to grow. I let this pain on my heart go. Making my start with a hard blow. Life lessons got me feeling low. Making mistakes, call me hard pole. Getting high to balance lows. Feeling easy, about to leave 'em. Now they see 'em, now they don't. All I wanted now, I'm on the sonic speed. I had a dream in my king, lucid living, thinking free. Searching for my energy, searching for the enemy. Still ain't really found the enemy. Make a left or make a right. I'm moving forward, so a young king, good from the hood with a lot of intellect. So I move swift, I know. I can spend, you never show. In this life, you never know. When you're on a mission, it's 10 toes. So of course you can't fold. So I pray to win and got it.
Welcome back to another episode of Resiliency podcast. We got my man Ciyre Simmons in the building. A lot of you guys know him as a former student athlete at Penn State University. Also, too, as a personal fitness coach. And two, if you don't know him by now, for his plated athletic appeal, which we'll dive more into that. But I know him as, my brother and former teammate, man. How we feeling today, Ciyre?
Feeling great, feeling smooth, excited, real excited.
Man, glad to have you today, man. As I mentioned, right, former teammate, me and Ciyre played at Mountain Point in 2013, his senior year, my junior year. We ended up going to state where we lose to Hamilton, man. Tough loss, right?
Nigga, hey. Got our ass beat that game. Nigga.
Right, straight up. Straight up. But hey, them ass whoopings, right, they bring wins, though. We end up coming back next year and, winning that thing. So,
yeah.
But, man, talk about that culture at Mountain Point, man. Talk about how, that developed you as a player, man, and helped you. Because, just to mention, right, few names, right, we had Jaylen Brown, Oregon University. We had Wesley Ledrick Payne, Oregon State, Tyre Blakes, UAB, Kenny Lacey, UCLA, Emmanuel Butler, NAU, right? Mm-hmm. Even Trayvon White, track at Arkansas, right? Mm-hmm. Just so versatile, right? So many guys end up going up to, to the next level, man. Talk to me about that and that culture and how that helped you develop as a player.
Honestly, bro, the culture at Mountain Point is tier one.
That's
I'd
real.
say my experiences and people that I knew and met and played with and the things we did experience is for sure a 10 out of 10.
Man.
10 out of 10 for sure. Especially playing with those guys, like you said, Jaylen, Trey, Tyre, Wesley Landry, Kenny, you, of course. We had a lot of dogs. And, when you playing with dogs, then, you playing with other top-tier caliber players.
Right.
They're iron, so what you got to do, you got to sharpen, so we battling everyday practice.
Right.
Sharpen. You got Jaylen going with Trey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just sharpening iron. So the culture there was crazy. The talent level was also crazy, and that helped me really develop my playing skill. Just help me get developed for the next step and the next, step for my football and everything like that. So it was really, really dope, really dope.
Right, like you said, like that competition was like top tier, right? Because practice felt like game day, right? Because that's how serious we were out there. Like that's how hard we was, competing. And like you say, right, iron sharpening iron. So it's that healthy competition just pushed us to,
go way harder.
Right, go way harder and, set them expectations, So like when we went out there, like, most guys play around at practice. Like we out there, like we don't know each other.
Right.
Like trying to take each other head off, right?
God.
Like, just going, man, full speed, man. Definitely, man, like so many great memories, just even off the field too as well, man. Just building those relationships for life as well, man. Some great times, man.
Honestly, bro, for people that didn't go to Mountain Point, my senior year, junior year,
right,
even your senior year. I mean, the people that went there, like the rain all that shit before us, but
right.
They thought they could do whatever they want. But hey, my senior year, junior year, we did literally whatever the fuck we wanted to do.
Man, I'm telling you, like, I tell people, bro, like, my high school experience was like a movie. Like you talking Friday Night Lights, like, anything, like, that was us, like straight bad boys, right? Like, we was like Carter High, like, doing whatever we wanted, you know what I mean?
From the size of the school, the population, you know what I'm saying, the people there, because it was dope people at Mount Point.
Right, that's real.
Didn't matter who it was, black, white, Mexican, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Like everyone fucked with everybody, so it was cool. from the people, the coaching staff, the teachers, you know what I'm saying? Live. Hey, even the logo, hard.
Even the logo,
hard.
Right? Lines, man. You know what I mean? For real. And like, man, that high school experience, like I said, was definitely like a movie. Yeah. And then, man, you know, after Mountain Point, you end up going to Mesa Community College where, you know, you end up, you know, putting up great seasons with a talented secondary, man. Then you end up going to Pitt State University, which is a great Division II program, put a lot of guys to the next level, man. Talk to me about that, man. And, you know, just that preparation and dedication, you know.
Coming out of high school, I was good. I would say I was good, you know what I'm saying? But I knew deep down that I wasn't ready for the next level. So Mesa really helped me develop and helped me improve my skills a lot. You know what I'm saying? You went to JUCO too, you went to Pima, and you know when you going against those guys, you know, you fresh out of high school, you 18. So you thinking you playing with 18-year-olds and like 18, 19-year-olds. But in reality, you really playing against like 24-year-olds. So you playing with grown men. That's like really when I played, I didn't redshirt, so they like threw me into the pit. So it's like, you know, going with these older guys, so you have no choice but, you know what I'm saying, that either you gonna rock with it, you gonna get better, you gonna dog them, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get better, or you gonna sit. And JUCO don't care about, like, high school is different. JUCO don't care, like, you feel me? If you're good or not, if you're not getting with the program, you're not, you know what I'm saying, locking in, then you are going to sit.
That's real. And then, you know, not to cut you off, but like, it's so true because, you know, like, I think one of the blessings of going to junior college is like, you get thrown in the fire early. You know what I mean? Like, you know, sometimes like, you know, it's very rare that, you know, you got freshmen that go up to the next level and just kill it right off the bat, right? Like it might take a little time, a few practices, maybe a few weeks, right? But in junior college, it's like, you thrown right in the fire, right? Like, hey, we're expecting you to come in and start right away, you know? So, I mean, just getting to play early, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's you know, it helped a lot. You know what I mean? It helps, you know, develop you.
Helps build confidence for sure.
For sure, you know? And, you know, and two, you know, because like I say, like, you know, I remember talking with the homie, you know, he started at a Division I program and he playing, but like he said, you didn't play more games than me. You've been playing since you was a freshman in JUCO, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's real, you know what I mean? But we don't look at it that way. We like, man, we want to play in front of 50,000, 60,000. Like, you know, you only got like 10 people showing up to the game, right? Mama, you know what I mean? Cousins, you know what I mean? Like, if that.
I'm not going to lie. JUCO takes a different person, takes a different breed, because I'm not going to lie. For my situation, I'm fortunate enough to be from Arizona, so I got to live with my peoples, you know what I'm saying? I had a wig. I didn't have to pay for like rent or nothing like that.
Right, that's real.
But like my dogs that I know now that comes from like Florida, Atlanta, like Texas, all these different places, it's fucked up, but it's like coaches be really selling them a dream, you feel me? Like they tell them like, oh, we get you down here, you know, you got your apartment, you know what I'm saying? It's good, you feel me? It's good. Hey, nigga, you get there, you got about 5 motherfuckers with the same good 1-bedroom apartment, and it's good. So you got 5 niggas in a 1-bedroom apartment. You got 2 people sleeping in 1 bedroom, 2 people sleeping in the living room, 1 person sleeping in the kitchen. It's wicked.
I'm telling you.
It takes a different person. Hey, but people love football, so they'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, like, that's the loving football, because, you know what I mean? Like, I tell people, you know, like, that JUCO, man, like, it can make you or break you. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people who had great talent, but going to JUCO just kind of took their love for it, because now, like, you got to do everything on your own. You got to eat on your own. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
No one's telling you to go to class, so you gotta be disciplined to go to class.
You gotta go to class. You gotta go to workouts on your own. You gotta, you know, feed yourself, like things that, you know, you're not fortunate enough to have at, you know, that Division I level, right? You know, once you get there, it's like you good. Not saying you don't go with your struggles, right? Like you still don't have struggles and battles. You gotta face, you know, adversity. But you know, at that junior college level, like it's like you say, like they selling a dream, but it's like really. You like on your own, right? They house, I'm gonna get you this, that. Like you said, when you come here, it's 5, 6 of y'all in one place. You know what I'm saying? And then they like make friends, right? Help. You know what I mean? Somebody to help you get around, right? So you know, definitely different. But like I say, like too, you know, it also make you know appreciative of things though too. You know, because like when I got to the Division I level. I'm like, y'all complaining about eating Chick-fil-A 5 days in a row? I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to practice, workouts, hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, coach would throw out 2 loaves of bread and some peanut butter and jelly, but hey, everybody want 2. So it's like...
Exactly.
You know, and then, man, talk about going to Pitt State University. Like I said, man, a great program, puts guys to the next level, man. Talk about that experience.
Going to Pitt, it was for sure different. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the city, so I'm used to buildings. You know what I'm saying? Everything,
Right.
is
Everything,
urban,
right.
Going to Kansas and going to Pittsburgh State, I'm in a town, a shit town. I ain't used to it. Shitty weather.
Right.
You feel me? So I mean, when I got there, I'm looking like, what the fuck I'm at? You feel me?
Right. For
I mean,
real.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? But it is what it is, though. But it was great. It was great. Football was amazing. You know, football. I met a lot of great guys, and I would say, if I had to choose, I probably wouldn't have went to Pitt.
Right.
But I'm still grateful for all the things that it taught me and the people I've met. You know what I'm saying? The great guys. The coaches were straight. The football was amazing. The football atmosphere was for sure dope because you're in a small town, so you got that town behind you. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So them home games was different. I'm not gonna lie. They had a lot of different traditions I really liked.
Right.
They had the gorilla walk was really dope. So what we do is we're coming from the plaster is our indoor facility. So it's like where our indoor facility, like our field, our gym, and our locker room is. So we all get ready from the locker room, then we walk down this big road down to the stadium, and like, everyone like crowds us. So it was dope. It was pretty dope. Not gonna lie, home game stuff was dope, but you know, it was a good experience for sure.
Right, and then like you talk about like, cause you know I felt the same way like going from Phoenix, Arizona, where like top 5 biggest city in the in the country to going to Birmingham, Alabama. Right, I'm like, I'm a city boy, you know what I mean? So like I'm used to places being open late, like food places closing at 7 that night, right? I'm like, hold on, we got Cane's stay open till 3 a.m, you know what I mean? Like the culture, man. But you know, like you said though, like just thankful for that experience because you know sometimes being uncomfortable, like that's how you grow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like so it was like for me to go to a smaller city. You know what I mean? Not so many people, things like that. You know what I mean? I felt uncomfortable, but also too helped me grow as a man. You know what I mean? Helped me see what I don't like, what I do like. You know what I mean? Because going, both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like pros and cons. You know what I mean? Like I like the South because that Southern hospitality, that good morning, the culture different. I like the support of the sports, the football, right? Like the whole like there, it's totally different. You know what I mean? So
I would say a lot of people don't like Arizona. Like man, I hate AZ. Everybody knows everybody.
Hey, I appreciate it.
What? Hey, I was in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And people think 30 minutes is far. I don't like driving. I think 30 minutes is far, but back in Kansas, bro, everything was like an hour and a half, 3 hours away from me.
Just to go to the store.
And I had no whip, so I'm just stuck in the apartment like, man, I guess I'll stay here this weekend, you feel me? But people talking about they don't like Arizona. I'm like, man, fuck, man, I love Arizona. Like
I love it to death.
You learn to appreciate it.
I've been learn to appreciate it, right?
Weather, like this heat he's hot.
It is, bro.
You don't get used to it, but you don't get used to the cold either.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You learn to... That's real. And like, one thing I learned, like when they say it's no place like home,
and they ain't lying.
Hey, it's no place like home,
right?
I swear. Like, for real. And then, after Pitt State, because man, I seen you up there just balling, man, doing your thing, man. Like, did you ever have aspirations at, playing at the next level? Or, talk to me like what that was like. Because I know a lot of guys, some people do push to get to that next level. And then, you got some guys who do, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna get an education out of that, which like either way, right? Like you right, you know what I mean? Like period. But talk to me about that. Did you have ever have any aspirations to go to the next level?
I mean, every kid that's played football since a young age always has aspirations to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? That's everyone's biggest dream.
Right, majority, right.
But what I always tell people is when after you get done with high school and you get to the next level, I say that the coaching and where you're playing at, the atmosphere, it really makes or breaks your football spirit and career, you know what I'm saying? So if you go to a good school, you know what I'm saying, with great coaches, great programs, and great position coaches, that means a lot of great schemes that help you succeed at that level, then you're going to love it, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do, you make your money, make your plays, and then you get that shot to go. But if you go to a shitty program, you in the coach's own vibe, you better than somebody, but they got someone playing over you that you're better than. So it's like it all plays a part, you know what I'm saying? So I for sure had aspirations going. Like I said before, I probably should have made a different choice. But I went up there, I balled. But I think my junior, I really should have redshirted. But either or, things happen. But I had aspirations. But after I had got my senior year, the second to last game, third to last game of the season, I had broke my arm. And then after that, we played the next week. We played the number one team in our conference or whatever.
Right.
We got hurt. Boom, boom, boom. So once I got done with that, I was hurt. I didn't play the last games. So I still had aspirations to go to the league, but you know, I'm a realist. I never put all my eggs in football's basket.
Right.
So I'm thinking to myself like, damn, it's about to be, you know what I'm saying, spring. I really start getting to this training, but I'm in Pittsburgh, Kansas. I don't know nobody. So I'm not about to go out here, train myself, and go out here in front of these scouts and run a 4.8, 4.7. and they come to me like, hey, you're not gonna play for us, big dog. Like, you feel me? So hey, I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? So I took that on the chin, and I was cool with it. As time passed on, I didn't really have like the love of the game of football no more. So after that, I just became a regular student, and that shit was easy as hell.
Right.
Not gonna lie. And then graduated, got that degree, and then came home really and got to it.
For real. And then like you just mentioned though, you know what I mean? Like I think being put in the right opportunity, like that's big, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, Marlo Sean, you know, like he mentioned on the last podcast on why he went to Cal Berkeley, he was talking about like he a big believer in showing love to people who show love to him. Right. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you know, when you're around a great staff who believe in you, you know, teammates, you know, it's a great situation. You learning, you getting better as a player, like, you know, that can push you, right? Because like I tell people all the time, like some of my closest homies who I know can be in the NFL right now, be a Pro Bowler every year, be balling, you know, you kind of like you say, like, you know, you go to the next level and you see that business side. So it kind of like take that love away, you know what I mean? Hell yeah. Away from you, you know what I mean? So versus if you put in the right situation, you know what I mean, to succeed, man, you know, it could definitely turn out, you know, beautiful. But like I say, you know, everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I feel like a lot of athletes struggle with, you know, redefining who you are. Like you said, putting all your eggs in one basket. I remember being in my relationship class and like my teacher told me, she was like, you know, for you athletes, the hardest decision you ever gonna go through, you know, the hardest times is redefining who you are. Yep. And I'm like, it's so true. But like also like you spoke to as well, like, man, this life going to school, I'm like, it's easy. As fuck. It was easy. Like once football was done, I was like, phew. You know, like, do I miss it? Do I love it? Like, would I go back if I ever had the opportunity? Man, God willing, right? But, you know, I'm like, man, to go to school, to go to work, like, I'm like, oh, this easy. You quit because your boss yelled at you? Right. Like,
hey,
coaches will talk to you.
Hey, you don't know the feeling. Hey, off-season workouts, you got workouts at 5 o'clock. You wake up at 5:30 with about 30 messages and 5 calls.
Come on.
Hey, first thing you're going to do is throw in your stuff. Hey. First thing you do, hey, run up there. Hey.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, it took one time for me, bro. Like, I remember, like...
Hey, them cold sweats, looking at your phone, waking up at 5:30, you ain't never got up that bad before in your life.
I'm telling you, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man, and like, you know, like we was just talking about, you know what I mean? Like that... being in the, you know what I mean, the right situation and stuff, you know what I mean? It can make or break you. But like we said, you know, everything happened for a reason. And like I say, like I was just talking about, a lot of athletes struggle with, you know, redefining, you know, who they are. But, you know, I think it's big to, you know, hear from someone who's been in their position, who can relate, right? Because then, you know, you can show them, like, you know, life can still be beautiful outside of football, right? Because, you know, as an athlete, like, we struggle, like, because, you know, the mindset, like you said, we've been playing since we was kids, so all we see is one option. You know, a lot of us, like, plan A, plan A, plan A, plan A, you know what I mean? Like, that's all we see. So, you know, when it don't happen for you, you know what I mean? It kind of hurt, you know what I mean? Like I tell people, it's like a relationship. Like if you put your all into somebody or they put their all into you, like when it don't work out, like it kind of hurt. Right. But like I say, like life can still be beautiful. And like, I remember like when I first came home, you know, I'm doing construction because I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life, right? Like I'm like, I got this degree, but like people think like just because you get a degree, like you gonna jump up and be CEO, like it's like life, like you gotta put that work in, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
in reality, you really went to school for football. Like, but
you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't know what I was gonna do, you know what I mean? So I'm back home, I'm doing construction. Right. I go, you know, to Marcos Denizia, help out with practice and stuff, you know what I mean? Right. But it's like I would just tell my players, man, like, go hard with whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it works out or not, because then, you know, you can meet great people. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know what I mean, have relationships that last a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? You can make connections. You can create opportunity for yourself, possibly put yourself in a position, where God wants you to be by not burning bridges, right? Like,
Right.
That's why I tell people, like, with that football, like I tell them, like, even if it don't work out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can meet your best friend for life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, because like I tell people, like my coach Clark would say every day, like, and it's real, not everybody gonna make it.
For sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he not trying to kill nobody hopes, nobody dreams. He just telling the truth. But like he said, I'm raising good husbands.
Right.
Great fathers.
Right.
Businessmen.
Hard workers.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because
to touch up on what you said about finding your best friend, like with football, like you will never find that unbreakable bond with people because most people, you're not in the trenches with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They not out there with you practicing 115, dying, but y'all thugging it out. Y'all got to get through it. You feel me? A lot of people not going to do that. So you go on the battle with these guys. So you build unbreakable bonds with these people. So those going to be family for life. So that's something I really for sure wanted to touch up on because all y'all, you, T, everybody.
Right. And then, man, I know I keep, speaking on that, redefining, man, who you are, because like I say, a lot of athletes like struggle and like, it's been a big thought of mine. I'm like, I want to start something where, athletes who don't make it or something where, they can be in a position to, have jobs or be able to, if you still want to train or, do that, to still have that window for them. You know what I mean? Because I have friends and, not, just speaking off experience, I literally struggle bad with like, who am I now? What am I going to do?
Right.
I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. I'm used to getting up at 4 a.m, right? Still do to this day, just off of all them years.
It's just like clockwork.
It's like clockwork now. You know what I mean? But, talk about your journey because, you end up, you're a fitness coach now, man. And like, he's my fitness coach, guys. And hey, when you want that real work, right? Tap in with my guy, right? Thanks. But man, talk about that journey to, just getting into training, man, because like I say, man, it's tough on redefining who you are, but I just love to see that like you found your passion and your calling and, something, you purposeful about, got purpose.
So after college, I was actually about to go to the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? I was about to take my Air Force QT, do that, go in there, be an officer and some other shit, but I was a senior year, got did them finals and papers and shit. I'm already writing 30-page papers and shit. I was like, I ain't ready to study and take this. So I actually, my cousin was actually working at the club at the time. So when I graduated, I came back, started working at the club. I was there for probably like a year. Right. So it was great. I met some couple cool people, and this one dude that to this day I love him to death. My homeboy Memphis, he I was just talking to him one day. I'm new there. He was like, "Have you ever thought of like training?" And I told him no because at the time I was just like, "No, I'm on this ball." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of people always ask me to work out and train with them because they always see me working out and everything like that. I was smaller, I got bigger, so they wanted to see how I transformed. They wanted to, help me mold them into that. And so he presented me an opportunity, and then I took it, and I ended up training, starting off new. Didn't know anything at the time, really. But he put me in a good position that I met a lot of great trainers where I was training at. And so I picked their brains and studied their training styles and methods. So they actually helped me be the trainer that I am today. So I took pieces and different stuff from them and molded it to myself. So that's really how I started training. And then to this day, it's almost 2 years now. Just really just trying to help people change their life, transform. And I make some pretty good money, but at the end of the day, I don't really care about it. I'm really worried about what the results is looking like. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me I'm looking like, okay, you're looking pretty good. Okay, how much you wearing now? Okay, we about to build on some strength right now. So it's just different things that I really enjoy, and I'm glad that I'm put in the position to help people.
That's
so
real.
Really blessed.
That's real. And like you spoke on, like just helping people, like something like that is just, like you really changing lives, right?
Yeah.
Like I tell people, like it says in the Bible, like, you know, you got to take care of your mind and your body. You know what I mean? So just to be able to help people, you know, I'm sure that's a, you know, a great blessing because, you know, I feel like personally, like that's what God called us to do is to help others, right? Help his people. So I think what you're doing is big, man. You know, and two, you know, because you wasn't always the biggest guy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know. Kyrie was, you know, small and scrawny. Like he had a big heart, right? That's what made up, you know, on the football field. But you know, I'm like, and now to see you like big and like, in, you know, in the gym just training, man. I'm like, I gotta get with him. I love it. I love the results, man. I'm like, man, what you doing? I gotta get with you on that, man. So like I said, man, definitely tap in with him, man. He gonna be one of the best trainers ever.
I appreciate that.
Mark my words on that.
I appreciate that.
And then, you know, man, you took it a step further, man. You got the plated athletic gear, which he, you know, he rocking head to toe, man.
Hell yeah.
Talk about that. You know how that came about because I think that's even more important, right? Like you already got the working out and, you know, the helping people to now you got your own clothing brand, man. Talk about that, man. That's big. That's a big step right there.
So how I got plated athletic started, I went back to, a lot of people don't know this, I don't really like use the name of my business. I usually just promote Plated Athletic.
Right.
So the name of my training business is CYP, which stands for Clean Your Plate.
Right.
So how I got Clean Your Plate is I always go back to when I was younger. I'm eating, I'm at the dinner table with my sisters or whatever. And, you know, when you're a kid, you got food on there that you're not trying to eat. You got some vegetables, something you don't want to eat or whatever. At the time, for me, it was scrambled eggs. I didn't like scrambled eggs.
Right.
So my mama, she made me a egg burrito. And I'm at the table like, I'm not eating this. I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm not hungry. So she pulled one of them. Okay, you're not hungry, but you're going to stay there until you get hungry. You feel me?
Right. Real talk.
So it was one of those things like CRP, Clean Your Plate. A lot of African-American families use that term. So what I always refer back to that is always finish what you started. That's how I look at it.
That's real.
And it's also a workout pun because you clean plates, you know what I'm saying? So it goes hand in hand.
Right.
So I took plated from plate. And when I think of plated, I think of like 16th, 17th century knights shining armor. Right. And what does the armor do for them? It protects them from harsh environments, weather, battles, wars, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And you looking good. If you a knight, you gonna get everybody. You feel me?
That's real.
So what I want my apparel to do for people, I want them to feel like a knight in shining armor. And I want them to feel comfortable in their own skin. You know
right.
I want my stuff to protect them from anything they tackle. If it doesn't matter if they're just walking, jogging, chilling in the crib, surfing, mountain climbing, you know what I'm saying, dirt biking, football, basketball, surfing, all that, skiing, marathons, anything. I want them to feel protected and comfortable in their own skin. So that's my biggest goal. That's my vision for my brand, and I'm really excited for it because I know that's what's going to happen because I have a lot of good people behind me. A lot of people support me, but I just know with the love and the passion that I'm put into this, it's going to pop.
Right. So, oh yeah, no doubt.
And hey, first servings coming soon, September 14th, so stay tuned. Wait for the drop.
Y'all heard it here first, man. September 14th, man. The drop coming. That's in a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
So I hope we got some big boy sizes. You know, man, then, you know, just funny, man, you know, just talking about how you came up with plated, man, like, because I remember that, you know, being a kid, we done ate noodles 4 days in a row. Moms don't care. She like, look, you gonna clean your plate tonight. Like you gonna eat, man. So, and then, you know, to that mentality, like, you know, because I always come in the gym and there's sometimes, you know, like some stuff I don't want to do. But it's like, you know, our mentality, like, you know, first off, we're gonna hold each other to that high standard. But not only that, like I remember telling you the other morning, I'm like, man, like whatever you put on my plate, I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Like just that mentality, right? Like, you know, so man, I definitely like that, man. That's clever, man. That's a clever idea, man. And once again, September 14th, it's coming, man.
Yes, sir.
And then, you know, you got to stay hungry, man. You got to stay motivated, man. So, you know, you're doing the working out. You got the clothing line about to drop September 14th. Man, what's next? Like what's your next big goal or something you got wrote down? Like what's next for Kyrie Simmons, man?
My next goal, honestly, is to already get my next servings out. I already got my whole thing lined up and planned out. I want to drop my hoodies like hopefully like mid-October, October, early November because that's when it's gonna start getting cold. Right. And everyone's wearing hoodies and like everything like that. And I got a lot of good feedback on my hoodies and stuff like that. So I'm just ready to get these these first 2 drops going, see what the
Right.
numbers looking like, and then eventually just build on that. And then from there on, you know what I'm saying, get my own facility. Hopefully, like within the next 6 months to a year.
Right. That's
Get
one of
my
my
own
next
spot.
questions.
Yeah,
Right.
get my own. Hey,
Right.
I got everything planned out. It just, you know what I'm saying, it's the waiting game, is timing, you know, so
Right,
it's
that's
everything
real.
like that. But
You
I'm excited. That's
Right.
that's honestly my next biggest goal is the drops and my facility. That's my
real.
main
And
goal.
then like you say, you know, you got to keep the ammo, you got to keep the clip loaded, but you can't use all your ammo at once,
Exactly.
right? So
Hell
it got to
yeah.
be timing. And like you said, right, with the hoodies and everything, you're right. It's getting closer to that winter time when Arizona start cooling off. So, you know, that is perfect timing. And so, man, like, I'm just glad to see, man, you know, everything you're doing, man, as far as with the training, you know, with the clothing, you know, especially being a young African American, right? I think just something big, you know, something that, you know, our community needs to see. You know, ownership, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff, you know, we don't hear, and, you know, that we taught, you know, being brought up. So we want to make sure, you know, we teaching that to, you know, the generations to come after us, right?
Right.
And then, you know, man, one thing I noticed, man, like I'm looking at your wrist and I'm just saying over again that I see on your wrist is I see WWJD, and it's, you know, what would Jesus do, man? I'm just looking and I'm like, man, that's big that you wearing that, because I'm like, you know, if people had that mentality, like, you know, what would Jesus do, man? How different do you think the world would be?
I think the world would be a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people wouldn't really be thinking about their own personal gain or their own selfish goals. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They
real.
would really just start thinking and putting others first,
Right.
which would probably actually make the world be amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the world that we live in today, the societies and everything like that, everybody wants that flashy thing. Everyone just works for self.
Right.
Not a lot of people really work for others or want to do things to
Right.
help promote and bring people together. You know, it's always for
That's
that
real.
one selfish goal or something like that. But I wear this to remind me, bro. Just always just like, what would you do in situations like if you get into a sticky jam or you're losing faith or something like that? You always just think like, what would you do?
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Just same thing. Just keep pushing, keep grinding, and just keep moving forward.
Man, that's real right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you're right. Like, as cliche as it sounds, you know, we used to always hear our parents and, you know, grandparents and the pastors say, like, what would Jesus do? And I mean, like, it's such a cliche, but like, it's so real though. Cause like, right, we get moments where, and that's why I always say, right, humble, hungry, and smart, right?
Yeah.
I say be humble because you always gonna have a chance to brag, right? Boast, I'm this, right? I'm that. You know, and I say hungry, right? Because you can never get complacent, right? You got to stay motivated. You got to stay hungry, right? You got to keep grinding.
Right.
And then I say smart because you always going to have the opportunity to make a dumb decision. So that's why I always tell people hungry, humble, and smart. You know what I mean? Like those are the 3 things that I would remind myself. And then, like I said, just touching on that, what would Jesus do, man? Like, that's big, you know what I mean? Because like I said, it's a lot of situations that pop up where somebody talking crazy and I can disrespect you, you know, turn up, put my hands on you. But if I just think like, what would Jesus do? And it's like, you know, if you go back and just read the Bible and things like that, or just listen to stories, like I think one of the most amazing things is like God's love, right? Because mind you, these people spat on him, mocked him, you know, talk about him, and, you know, he still loved them. And like, that's one thing I was, you know, mentioning, you know, I was talking with the homie one day and like, I was just telling him like, we need to learn how to have love like God, that unconditional love, right? See, as humans, we love under conditions, right? Under conditions that you can keep doing for me, right? Under the conditions that you make me happy, right? Like, you know what I mean? Versus God, he gonna love you under any condition, whether you have no money, right? Because you know how it is. Sometimes your pocket get low. You know, them homies you was once with, they be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, right? Once again, I'm only loving under a certain condition versus God love is unconditional. And that's why I say, like, it's no love like God love, bro, for real. But man, Ciyre, bro, you gonna do amazing things, man. Like, I'm just glad and honored that you know what I mean, took the time out of your day to just come and spend some time and, you know, share some of your story. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, he gonna be one of the best trainers ever. You know, go check him out, follow him, you know what I mean? He got the Plated Athletic coming to Peel, man. It's gonna be big, it's gonna be big time. So
Plated Athletic website's coming soon too. It should be done in a week, so y'all can get ready for these pre-orders for this first drop. So I'm gonna let everyone know, keep them posted on when everything's gonna be released and when to go look and shop and everything like that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man.
Yeah.
Big things coming, man. And, you know, one more thing. I can't wait to, you know, sit back and reflect on this interview a few years from now, because we're going to be like, hey, like, you remember, you know, we was talking about this and now look at it, right? Look how it come to life.
I'm glad I got on it before you get too crazy, you feel me? Because hey, we were just talking about this. I was like, hey, Sean's views on the IG got already at 10 Band-Aids.
Yeah,
you feel me?
10,000.
10 Band-Aids. Yep. So it's like, hey, I had to get in real quick because you know, in a couple of weeks, couple of months, you're gonna be, hey, I'm booked up. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 a week tight. You feel me? I'm just happy and blessed that I got to be up on here on the time I did and everything like that.
Man, and man, I truly appreciate that, man. Yeah. Like we said, man, God's time, and I can't wait to, you know, look back on it, because, you know, I even think about this podcast and, like, mind you, you know, people just see it now and going, but I had this plan a year ago.
Right.
I was having meeting with, you know, the Crown team, you know, shout out Crown, you know, just meeting with them every week. Like, I want to start my camera, you know, I want to start my podcast now. Like, I remember me and Don, we're in front of his mom, she making us breakfast. I'm arguing like, bro, you got the clothes, you got the music, I want to start this now. But he like, man, be patient. And then, you know, this opportunity came and it's like, it's here, man. So it's just, you know, God timing, man. It's amazing. But, man, I thank you for being here with me today, man. Always love. Hey, I'm in there tomorrow morning, get that grind, man. We appreciate you, Ciyre.
I appreciate you, big dog.
Man.